we all rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Thank you very much. I guess we caught the TV people off guard there a little early. So, welcome to the Planning Commission meeting for City of Port Orange for Thursday, April 25th. If the clerk will call the roll, please.
John Junko. Maria Mills-Bennett.
Here.
Bo Bothamy.
I'm here.
Lance Green.
Here.
Newton White. Joe Fazzi. Chairman Thomas Jordan.
Here. Thank you very much. I think we do have a quorum for most of the events tonight. Take a consideration of the minutes.
Make a motion to motion to approve the minutes as
A second.
written.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you very much. We have two items coming up here on the agenda. If you'd like to speak, hey, look who's here.
Hi, Penelope Cruz, Planning. We received an email from the applicant for items number 5 and 6, requesting to continue those items to a date certain. One of them has been advertised, so we do need to continue them to a date certain of May 23rd, the next Planning Commission meeting, without opening them or anything for discussion because they're not here. So they'd like to continue both of those items, 5 and 6.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion from somebody up here to continue items 5 and 6 on our agendas.
I'll make a motion.
What was it? I'm sorry, May 23rd?
Till May the 23rd. I'll make a motion to continue this till May 23rd.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
A motion and we have a second. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Maria Mills-Bennett.
Yes.
Bo Bothamy.
Yes.
Lance Green.
Yes.
Chairman Thomas Jordan.
Yes. Thank you very much. Motion passes. So those will come up next month. Moving on to case item number 7, which is case number 19-60000002. I don't know if I have enough zeros in there. Administrative rezoning for 119 Howes Street. To rezone. You want to say? To rezone plus or minus 3.34 acres from Volusia County R5 single-family residential to City of Port Orange neighborhood preservation. Gwen?
Gwen Perney, Planning. This property is located at the corner of House Street and West Ridge Avenue, just off of Ridgewood Avenue, as shown here in purple. The property was annexed into the city back in 1998 as part of the Allendale annexations, and the future land use was changed on that property to residential medium urban density. However, the property was never rezoned from the county designation to a compatible city designation. The property is currently occupied by the American Legion's Post, who recently sustained fire damage to the building, and they would like to rebuild the building. However, the zoning on the property needs to change to create the framework for that rebuild. So staff is recommending approval of rezoning the property to neighborhood preservation to be consistent with the area. Staff has reviewed the rezoning to be consistent with the comprehensive plan. Neighborhood preservation is consistent with the urban medium density, future land use, and staff is recommending approval of the rezoning.
Cool. Thank you. Marie, have any questions for?
Nope.
Gwen? No? Bo?
No, I don't have any questions. I guess.
Lance, way down there at the end.
So, this was a house many years ago, I believe, and as time went on, this became the American Legion, and this is in a residential, but it's still on a residential street, and it's still zoned residential now. So, by making the move to MP, what happens to the site now? Do we have to come up to a full site, you know?
The zoning category, the neighborhood preservation zoning category, allows the use of the club basically as it existed at the time of destruction. In 2015, that code was updated to allow them as a permitted use with special development requirements. One of the requirements is that they, bring some of the existing site improvements up to code as far as parking and landscaping, so,
Right, that's what I'm asking about.
yeah.
So, because the building probably will not be the same building. It won't be the same footprint. Because
They
it
have
was-
to, yeah, they have to rebuild within, that's also one of the special development requirements is that they rebuild within their same setbacks. It doesn't have to be the same footprint, but like, the setbacks have to stay the same, so if they're 25 feet on one side and 5 feet on another side, like, they have to conform to those areas,
Okay,
building setback.
that's all I got.
Yeah, let me piggyback on that, though. So they'll have to meet current setbacks, current landscaping, or not?
Well, yeah, they'll have to bring the site up to code as far as buffering. They'll have to put some landscaping in around the buffers, to meet the code requirements. For a local street like Westridge and House, it's only a 10-foot buffer. But they'll have to provide those as per the code.
Okay, and all the new building would have to meet code, obviously. It's
Yeah, Florida building code requirements.
Okay.
If the space was larger, would they be able to enlarge it if they had the setback available?
According to the land development code, they have to use basically the footprint that they're in now. They have a little wiggle room, so if the building is closer on one side to another, they have that room to play with a little bit, but as far as I know, I haven't seen a survey of the property. I couldn't tell you the exact setbacks they'll have to meet.
No, I was just wondering if there's a requirement that they, build the same footprint.
They
Even
could
if
go
they have the
ability to
smaller if they
expand.
wanted to, but
Well, I
I
mean,
don't-
but it's basically they gotta be back the same square footage.
I don't think there's room to be bigger.
No.
No, they wouldn't be able to make it bigger. They can make it smaller, but they can't make it bigger,
Right.
essentially.
Because
They
of
can
the
make it multiple
setbacks.
stories.
But, Tim's gonna come up and,
Right.
The code states it has to comply with the same setbacks that the existing building does. So basically, if they can work in their way as long as they stay within the same setbacks then that are on that property now, they could do a larger building. The reason why most likely a larger building would be required is that one was built in the 70s. If they're trying to basically get a club that occupies the same amount of people now, it's got to meet ADA requirements, more space requirements. So that naturally is going to get a larger building. But the intent is basically to build a club that kind of occupies the same amount of people. But just due to ADA requirements, it's going to require that to increase. But it will not exceed the setbacks that the existing building had in terms of like 25 feet from the front yard.
Yeah, that answers my question. Thank you.
Okay, good. Anybody else have any questions for Gwen? No. You want to hear from the applicant, and are they here tonight? Come on up, give your name and address, and
My name is Bob McLaughlin. I'm the Adjutant Finance Officer of American Legion Post 270 here in Port Orange.
Nice shirt.
Thank you. I've only been in town 16 years. I'm a young kid on the block, it turns out. And I find there's some guys that have been here 40 and 50 years. But anyhow, the American Legion purchased the property from the Pontotoc Lions Club back in 2000 or 99 or 2000. And prior to that, I understand it was a Halifax ministry or some kind of a meeting, something you people may know better than I. It is approximately 2,500 square feet, the footprint currently. We are trying to increase it for quote unquote elbow room, if you will, and ADA compliancy with the bathrooms, et cetera, which unfortunately we do not have. The building was built, I think, in the 50s or 60s. And because of that, we can't even get a wheelchair into the bathroom. It's that long ago that it was built. So in fairness to the veterans and also ADA compliancy, we would like to increase the elbow room and become compliant with ADA for our veterans as well as the code to make all that happen. The footprint will be a little bit larger as it regards square feet, but as Tim pointed out, the setbacks in the backyard and the front yard will not change whatsoever. We will comply with that requirement. But the physical footprint will be increased square foot wise. But again, the compliancy with the setbacks in the backyard will be adhered to.
questions, Lance?
How many square feet are you adding total? If you're going from 2,500 to what?
About 4,300.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And about
Did you say-
500 or 600 of that is ADA compliancy
Oh,
bathroom.
Did you say
40.
4,300?
I'm sorry?
Is that what you said, 4,300?
But in other words, it's 2,500 foot rectangle right now.
Mm.
We're just going out 10 feet in the front and the back, and then we're putting an L toward the back to comply with the 25 foot setback on the backyard. But again, I'm gonna say 500 or 600 square feet of that is ADA compliant restrooms.
Right.
We're looking at 2 male, female, and a unisex bathroom, all ADA compliant. And that's 500 or 600 square feet, in my understanding. That will eat up part of that additional 25 to 4,200 square feet. And then we would have offices, which we currently we have, but they're not really adequate. On the L side, it's shaped like a rectangle, and then we're putting an L on it, really. And that's where the offices would go, but again, still into that 25 foot setback on the backyard. If that answers your question, sir.
Okay. What, Bo?
I have no questions. It'll be an improvement.
Maria?
I'm good.
I think we're all set. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate your vote.
Bring it back to commission. Any questions, any discussion?
I don't have any.
You're good? You guys good? Anybody wants to make a motion?
Anybody in the public want to speak?
I'll
to it?
make a motion to approve.
Oh, I'm
case-
sorry, I did. I apologize. I left out the public. If anybody
Oh.
from the public wishes to speak,
Oh,
seeing none.
Once again, we have Savannah.
Seeing none.
gotta follow the rules.
Please continue.
I will make a motion to approve case number 19-6000002. Hopefully I got enough zeros.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second for approval on the case. If you go ahead and call the roll, please.
Maria Mills Bennett,
Yes.
Bo Bothamy,
Yes.
Lance Green,
Yes.
Chairman Thomas Jordan.
Yes. Congratulations, you're all set.
Thank you very much, ladies and
Thank you.
gentlemen.
Good
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 8 on the agenda, discussion on planning commissioner attendance. Kind of mentioned last meeting, and I had asked the clerk's office to follow up on the rules for attendance in planning commission meeting, and the way the rules read, and as they were re-approved on, gosh, I don't have the date, January 28th, 2016, the member misses 2 meetings, 2 unexcused absences within 3 consecutive meetings, then they are subject to possible removal by city council. So what we have to do is, as a commission, we have to declare the seat vacant and then ask the council to appoint a new individual to represent, as a representative here. So I would entertain a motion, unless there's any questions.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So it's unexcused absences. Were his absences excused? Does that matter?
Yeah,
I
as the
don't-
packet went out to us, it does. There are 3, for the individual we're speaking of, for Joe, there's 3 absences, 1 was unexcused, and then tonight would be unexcused, so that's 2 within
Yeah.
3 meetings, yeah.
Okay.
So
Right.
we are making a recommendation toward the council that the seat is empty, or?
We have to do 2 things, we have to declare the seats vacant,
Okay,
and then request the city council to appoint a new individual as a representative.
and you need a motion on both of those?
Yeah, and I know the clerks tried to reach out to them, is that correct? Yeah.
I didn't
Yes.
scroll down far enough.
We attempted to make contact and haven't received any communication back, but I believe you just need to make a motion to recommend to remove the commissioner. I don't think you need a motion on both.
I think you need to recommend, well, you're gonna declare
Seat vacant.
seat vacant, and then, I don't know that you need to. Then the request is gonna go to council for them to
Okay.
declare.
That's fine. However way you wanna work it. So, yeah, if we'll get a motion for us to declare the seat vacant.
No.
I'm gonna make the motion to declare this seat vacant.
I'll second.
Discussion.
None.
Anything? No, for a done. All right, so a motion on the floor to declare the seat vacant. Have a second. If you'll call the roll, please.
Maria Mills Bennett,
Yes.
Bo Bothamy,
Yes.
Lance Green,
Yep.
Chairman Thomas Jordan.
Yes. passes 4-0. All right, moving on to other business. Commissioner comments.
I apologize, can we clarify the seat you're vacating?
Joe Fozzie's seat, is that how you wish me to
Yeah,
refer to
I
it?
think we should,
Just for clarification?
just for clarification.
Let me amend my motion to declare the seat of Joe Fozzie vacant.
I'll amend my second.
Call the roll, please, on the amended motion.
Maria Mills Bennett,
Yes.
Bo Bofamy,
Yes.
Lance Green.
Yes.
Chairman Thomas Jordan.
Yes, thank you very much.
And just really quick while we're still on this topic.
Yes, ma'am.
I was just asked to let you know that we do have 7 applicants for this position, and it's
Wow.
gonna go to the May 22nd council meeting.
Are the applications on the city's website?
No, I don't believe so, but we have them on our side.
You have them what?
We have them on our end. People submit them and then we keep track of them.
Oh, gotcha, yeah, they're in the clerk's office?
Yes,
Gotcha.
May 22nd,
yes,
that's a Wednesday meeting?
yes, it got moved due to,
I'm not sure why, but yes,
Something.
it got moved to Wednesday.
Leap year.
It always crops up and I never realize
Yeah,
it's coming.
leap year, you gotta skip a day.
Besides leap year, any commissioner comments, Lance?
Well, I'm gonna leave Tim alone today because I know that he's got his daughter with him, but come on up, Tim.
He's gonna leave you alone,
Wow.
but come on up. Come on down.
No, man,
You're
I'm
on
gonna
the Price is
I'm gonna
Right.
let you out quick. So I see on the activity report that something's come up with the church at Madeline and Williamson.
Yeah, we've got the site plan in, the site plan and building permit currently being reviewed, and those we anticipate being issued here in the end of the month.
A development order, I mean, we're,
Yeah, development order on basically bringing the site up to code in terms of landscape buffers, sidewalks, parking lot, building.
building?
Building improvement, basically building is gonna be, essentially be a shell, so they're gonna basically repair and improve the exterior of it then.
okay, so we're gonna
so
fix
ba-
the broken windows, we're gonna fix the
Correct.
exterior, we're
We
gonna.
won't have any tenants in there,
Yeah,
but basically the
that's
shell
okay.
will be a shell, an exterior building there. As we said before, the MDA requires that to be approved before May 31st. We're currently tracking to have that done ahead of schedule then, and then after that, it gives the owner 1 year to complete those improvements then. So we will continue to stay on them to move that along then, but we are making progress on that property.
Okay, I've been, and watching the council meetings and what's going on, nothing's happening. I know I keep going on the record about the pink lights out there at the corner, but nothing's really happening. Nobody's talking about it, we're not bringing it up, and nothing's being done about it.
At the staff level, we're working with Public Works. If there's a lot of issues with basically those lights being on private property, we've got easements, so we're trying to work all that together basically to go out there then. But
I mean, it'd be better if we just took them down.
yeah, well, we're trying to get basically everything in line so we can't take down versus go on private property. Like I said before, a lot of those lights are powered and hooked up into private property, so we
Yeah.
got to gain access there before we can send our crews out there to work on them. So while they're not coming down yet, we are working kind of behind the scenes to set it up so we can move forward on that then. So, but
Okay.
I've heard your comments there. I'm trying to work on that. There's a lot of work that has to take on behind the scenes
Okay.
before we can kind of take them down then.
All right, well,
But
it's
it
good
is
to know.
on our radar then.
When is the expected completion of the lights down Dunlop? I see we're getting close.
Yeah, I think that's the
Like we're
end,
waiting
I
on
think the end of the
fixtures, right?
summer then is we're basically doing a lot of work basically on the undergrounding then, and then basically the foundations then, and once all those are in, then we'll go with the poles coming up then.
Yeah, they're all in.
That should basically, we still got a couple more foundations we're working on then,
Oh.
but basically then you start seeing those lights start popping up in the this coming summer then.
All right, thanks, Tim.
You good?
Yep.
Bo?
No, I'm just, I'm pleased that we got a copy of the rules of procedure for our meetings. I learned a lot about what we're supposed to be doing here. So, that was,
We didn't call you out on all those things, just be glad,
We will next month.
Yes,
Now you
next
know.
month. Next month you're on
Make
the
a motion that
No
Bo read the
excuse
rules.
now.
That's it?
that's it.
You're educated now?
I'm educated.
Maria?
So about that Waffle House sign. No, I'm just kidding. I'm good. Go home, Tim.
It's still too big.
This goes really fast without John and Newton. Are you learning anything there? You noticing anything? Yeah?
Can
we
we
make that
add that to the policies and procedures?
Yeah. Tim, I gotta come back to the church, cause, so I had an issue of my personal residence. the city was on me so fast about an issue. I got the citation, I had a certain amount of time to fix it. I'm looking at the church, and as you said, the broken windows, the places, are they getting cited on all these things? Have they been cited for all these violations?
Code enforcement is involved. I would have to get you information, as we said before, basically code enforcement is under PD.
It's outside
and
of
I
you
don't have
now.
update. I know basically from the community development side, we're moving forward on that stuff. I know when we did the site inspection with the property owners, when we were walking around saying this needs to be done a few months ago, code enforcement was out there, and they basically were starting code action on just general cleanup of the site then.
But I thought we had an agreement a long time ago when the building was sitting vacant that they had to maintain a certain
Yeah,
level.
they've always had to do the mowing, and basically when they get the graffiti tags there,
But
go
they
back and paint it
quit.
then.
They
So
quit.
Damn,
I will
that
have to get
long.
back with code enforcement on that
Yeah.
and report that next month then.
So is there a way to tell whether there's any code enforcement action on a particular property?
I'll
From the
check
public?
tomorrow and.
No, I mean from the public. Is there a way to tell?
Well, I mean,
I think it's basically just contact the code enforcement office, and inquire about the status of a case on a piece of property. I don't think we have any way to, pull that up like a development activity report.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have anything like that on code enforcement then.
if it moves far enough into the process, it's in the public record. A finding of fact would be recorded.
Right.
But
Get that.
they'll be
Just-
cited first, they'll get a warning,
Maybe
before
at
they
3
get
years.
to that point.
It's just frustrating. Just frustrating.
Well, you're not-
So now what's going to happen?
You're
is-
not ordained, that's, the issue here.
I mean,
So what's-
the timeline is, that's set in an MDA agreement that we have to follow. It's not that we're picking 3 years out of, air. It's in a master development agreement that was approved that gave the 3 years.
Don't make me go.
Plus
Don't make
before
me
the,
go
so
there,
I'm
Tim.
not hype about the timeline either. I just got to follow what the rules are.
So now, that place can sit there exactly like it is right now for 364 more days after the May 31st. So that can go till May 29th, 2020,
20.
looking like it is right now.
There's a possibility that could happen.
That's just ridiculous. I can't believe
It
those
just seems
folks.
like everything, okay, we're gonna drag this, and we're gonna do this so we can drag it on that much longer.
Exactly. So I'll switch subjects. So,
Accidentally run it over with a bulldozer.
moving on. Harbor Landings PUD.
Yes.
Tell me about that. What they got going on there? I see.
They've got proposed residential development, around 26 units, I think 10 single-family homes. The other 16 are going to be single-family attached units then, kind of townhome setup. They're going through a PUD, so we're currently reviewing that project. Again, this is the PUD. You guys are going to see that one in terms. It is a decrease from the previous plans there in terms of density. I think it's almost, they had about 48 before. They're going down to 26, so it is a decrease in density. It's putting residential development, new development on Ridgewood Avenue, which is one of the goals to do that in that area then. So it basically aligns with what the city's looking for in redevelopment along Ridgewood Avenue.
And I see this is 4 addresses, 2 on Ridgewood.
Yeah, I think basically just the way the parcel's set up there. There's
Yeah.
multiple parcels involved, so that's why there's multiple addresses. But it's pretty much that area where the wall in
Yeah.
front there then.
And the 2 houses on Riverside, I assume?
I believe so.
Yeah. Have they agreed to fix the wall?
Yeah, they have, I think so.
Has it been fixed?
That's what I've heard, no, but I heard that
All
the
right.
wall's included in this.
I know we've contacted them after this meeting to speed that up there, and it sounds like they have fixed the wall. No, they haven't
It's in the
fixed the
plan-
wall?
It's in the plan to do something to the wall.
Code action.
That was 30 days ago, we mentioned it. How long do they have to fix the wall?
I'll have to get with code
And
enforcement.
that's been longer than 30 days
Right.
since the wall was hit.
I
Can you
understand.
just start inviting code enforcement to our meetings?
I will be.
Yeah. I mean, you want lights fixed, we can't even get walls fixed that look like crap. Anyway, thank you, Tim, I appreciate your input on that. Anybody else? Anything else?
Good.
Where are we at on the agenda? Staff comments? You wanna come back and talk about us?
Do you want to come ask us questions now?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Was that a motion, Lance? What was that?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Motion is second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion, those opposed, no. Thank you very much, everybody.
This is the fastest meeting in a while.